Hi everybody, so today we're going to look at the downhill sloping lie. We looked at the uphill lie in the last video, so today I thought we'd give you some tips on the downhill lie. Now the first thing we're going to cover in this is how to maintain strike in this shot, because strike is the most important thing. If you don't strike the ball properly, direction doesn't matter. It's not going to go the required distance or the required direction. So let's focus on strike. So the main thing we see is the ball being, well, that's hitting it fat, so hitting the ground before the ball. So when we get into setup, people don't make the right adjustments. We just stay in our normal position, swing up to the top, swing back down, and we ground out too early. And that's because we didn't make an adjustment for that to happen. So we need to get over that first. So there's a few things you can do. The first thing you can do is quite simply move the ball back a little bit in your stance. So as that club goes up, we come down and we hit the ball first. Normally the ball would be about here. So again, by moving it back, we move it to the point in the swing arc when the club hits the ball. So that's one thing we can do. But if we go too extreme, we're going to compromise direction. The ball's going to come out very low and it's going to start to the right of target, which is probably going to happen anyway with this shot because we've got to put it back a little bit. But if the further the ball goes back, the harder that part is to control. So just make it so we don't have to put the ball as far back. What we're going to do is angle our shoulders with the slope, and then we're going to try and feel like we swing down the slope, really moving down the slope, but not enough so we fall over, but making sure that club's working down the slope. So with a combination of the ball back in the stance a little bit and angling our shoulders and setting to the slope, you may need to feel like when you do that you get a little bit more weight into your left leg to support yourself so you can actually make that move, but that's okay. So we're going to get into that position. The other thing that's going to happen is, because we're de-lofting that club now, the ball's going to come out hotter, it's going to go further and travel lower. So to counteract that, the best thing to do is just change club. So go for a club with more loft. I've got a 54-degree wedge here, so what I do is, to get the right distance, I simply change it to a 58-degree wedge for that required shot. So the ball just comes out higher and just goes the same distance as it would if I was using a 54. So to put that into action, and before we do that actually, let's just talk about direction. The ball, because it's back a little bit, will come out to the right slightly. So what we're going to do is just aim ever so slightly left. So aiming slightly left to target, ball slightly further back in the stance, the shoulders with the slope, and then from there I'm just going to make a swing, staying nice and balanced to maintain strike. So hopefully that's given you some good ideas of how to try and tackle these downhill shots. They're not the easiest shots in the world to play, but if you use some of those principles we talked about, you're going to get a lot more success. Make sure you practice it when you're on the course and it's non-competitive. Just test these things out. You know, there's no harm. It's not like you're going to ruin your round because it's a friendly round. So test it then and let me know how it goes.